Welcome to the Marvelous Moms Club podcast, where you'll be not only allowed, but encouraged to dream big dreams and imagine the very best future for yourself and your family. Throw away expectations and perfection and embrace the messy beauty of what it means to be a marvelous mom. I'm your host, Kirsten Tyrell, and I can't wait to help you discover what makes you marvelous. What's up, everybody? It's Friday. So that means it's 5-Minute Friday, which I know there hasn't been one for a little bit. And it's just a representation of all the crazy cyclone that's been going on in my world right now. And it's like, you know, the graphic you see on Instagram or Facebook, whatever social media platform you're on, and it's the iceberg, and it's like, here's what you see. And then all the stuff under the surface is what you don't see. Even though I've been trying to keep up the outer stuff, like I've been trying to post to social media, I've been trying to grow my business, there's a lot of stuff happening under the water that I just simply can't share right now. I'm not prepared to. I just don't think it's the right timing. And so I'm kind of making a lot of crazy decisions behind the scenes. And I feel like everybody should know what's going on, but you don't. And I'm sorry if you've been thrown for a loop because I've said we're ending this podcast. No, we're not. Oh, there's so many good things coming up. Monday is a great episode, and it's one that was originally going to be on the Full-Time Family podcast that I just meshed and put in here, and you guys will hear all about that. But today I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you guys about I'm closing some circles in my life, right? Like there's some things I'm finally starting to zoom back on and see from, you know, a bigger picture mentality. And one of those is my personal confidence journey. I noticed something kind of came up within me and something happened. And there's so many things that can contribute to us feeling a little bit off with the way we view ourselves and the way we feel pretty or the way that we feel confident or the way we show up. And lately, the thing that has not been affecting my confidence is not physical. It's not like my appearance. It has nothing to do with that. My skin has never been better. I mean, things are they're working, right? Like I'm losing weight and it's not all for great reasons, but things are looking good outwardly. So nobody's like made any mean comments about me looking bad or anything. In fact, quite the contrary. The other day I was doing a live video on Lange. I'm an ambassador. If you guys have never heard of those products, you've probably seen them pop up on Facebook. You've probably seen my face with my hair. If you haven't, you will now that we've talked about this because, you know, somebody's always listening. Anyway, I was doing a live video, and right before I went on there, this is kind of what got me thinking, right? I had a little freak out moment where I'm like, I'm going to go live on this page that has so many followers and thousands of people are going to see this video, and I should have trimmed my hair and I should have colored my hair before this. Oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I'm not prepared. This is like such bad representation, blah, 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 blah. And I got in my head about like things that just really didn't matter, because what I love about Lange is they want you to come as you are, because that's so much more relatable than this like object of perfection that we can't really attain, which, man, that resonates with me, right? So my beauty, my confidence journey, not even so much beauty or makeup or hair or anything like that, but just my confidence journey, I've noticed has come full circle to where I feel like I started out somewhat secure in who I was, because I was willing to show up for school like in pajamas half the time, and I didn't care really what I looked like. My mom like died inside. She's like, please just put some lipstick on, like do something. And I was pretty sensitive about like I didn't have the greatest skin, but for the most part I cared more about just showing up and being in places than I cared about how I looked. And then I got older and I got into my 20s and my early 30s, and it just seems like all of the sudden there was so much more information, right? There was so much more awareness because of social media. And there was just, before you could look like crap and nobody ever knew it. And like for you to dig up photos of me in high school would take some time. But now people who are like living life, everything we share is pretty public. Everything we do is pretty public. And so I think it's gotten into my head, and beauty has become more prevalent, but it's come full circle to where I was actually, when I was on that video and I was focusing on my brassy hair that needed a touch up, and I was thinking I should have gone dark for fall. This isn't even me. Like, why do I even have my hair this color? Do I even know who I am? Like, I've gone through that whole identity crisis, right? And then there was a comment from somebody, and there are thousands of comments that come through on these videos, thousands, and there's no time to see them all. But this particular girl was like, I love the color of your hair. And it just snapped me back. I hope I'm not being too tangential. I'm trying really hard to stay on track here. It's a 5-minute episode. What can you do? Anyway, it snapped me into reality, and I was like, oh my gosh, the one thing that I was obsessing over that seemed so important, she just calmed my fear, and she just made me realize that I'm not even grateful for what I have. I had another moment like that where my mom, like if we're going to focus on like the beauty around us and not even just the beauty about us, my mom was like, I love looking out your bathroom window because it's like you're in the mountains. And I was like, I've never really noticed that. All I think about is the fact that there's no blinds or curtains on the window, and anybody who's beyond our backyard, which I don't think they could see through the trees, but it's fall, things are falling down, maybe they could. I just think about like, what if people see me naked in here? And I just realized I'm so focused inward that I'm not thinking about or noticing the beauty outward. And I'm not allowing myself to just be seen for who I am. And so I really love this moment where I realized like I am so much more confident and I feel so much more beautiful than I ever have before. And even though, so what I was saying in the beginning is like, there are more experiences that have attacked like the inner sense of my peace and my calm and who I am and feeling confident in who I am with my mind and with my heart and with my intention and with my purpose. And that has still in some ways affected the way that I am brave enough to show up. And I've never really been scared to be on stage, be in, in front of people. That's just, I'm theatrical. That's how I live, right? That's how I thrive. But lately, there's just been some of those internal attacks that have made it hard to show up outwardly. And so my full circle, I guess, confidence journey has actually been from, going through and actually being a part of the beauty industry in many ways, and then kind of coming out of it on the other side and realizing it doesn't actually matter that much because beauty, it's so cliche, but it is more than skin deep. It's more than what you're putting on. It's more than how you're doing your hair. It's more than what you're wearing. It's more than that. It is who you are. It's your intention. It's showing up and letting your light honestly, truly just shine. And I love that going through, being a very lazy teenager to an adult who had to figure out how to fill in her eyebrows and is still struggling with that information. But now coming out and feeling like, man, the closer I get to my 40s, which I still have a while to go. I'm not even mid 30s. Well, I'm 34, so I'm mid 30s. But I'm closer to 30 than 40 is basically what I'm saying. And I just feel like every single year that passes, every experience I have is bringing me full circle to where beauty has just changed. And my beautiful circle, like coming full circle through this feeling beautiful it's not complete, but it's just making so much more sense. And I don't know if this episode made any sense to you, but I just wanted to share that with you guys that we might be obsessing over things that truly don't matter. And beauty is so much more than what we are presenting on the outside. It happens at such a deeper level. So make sure that you are taking the time. If nobody has told you lately how amazingly beautiful you are, this is me doing that. And I don't even have to have you in front of me to know that, because the more I have gotten to know about who we are as mothers and the things that we do and the ways that we're willing to show up and how everybody is experiencing pain on a daily basis. That is, for me, what experiencing really, really deep pain for the last several months has taught me, is that everybody in some way is walking through their own pain. And if we can still show up and smile, that is beautiful. That is amazing. And it doesn't matter what we're putting on our skin. It doesn't matter what we're doing to our hair. It just matters what we are doing to serve others. And a lot of times right now we are serving little people who we created, who are living in our homes and eating all of our food and depriving us of all the sleep. So that's my little 5-minute Friday, probably a little bit more than 5 minutes for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday for another Marvelous Moms episode. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Do you know that having this podcast has led to the most amazing opportunities that I've ever had in my life? If you've ever toyed around with the idea of starting your own podcast, now is the time to do so. The 21-day Speak Up Challenge is 25% off today only for the Better Than Black Friday sale, so go check it out. It's linked in today's show notes, and it's also linked at blackfridayforbusiness.com. You guys want to jump on this because podcasting is the bomb, and I'm going to show you guys how to set up your podcast from concept all the way to creation, having it on iTunes right alongside mine in 21 days. And again, 25% off today only. So go check that out. And thanks for listening to today's episode. We'll see you on Monday.